This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.
Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks right here at Computex 2015, and here we have the Sony Vaio Z Canvas tablet, though it's no longer Sony since Vaio is Sony's former notebook division that has been sold to a Japanese investment fund. And this is one of the first two devices that are coming back to market with. The other one is an Ultrabook. This one is a Pro tablet. It's got a 12.1 inch screen with a very nice panel actually. The resolution is at 2560 by 1704, so it's basically, yeah, I think it's a 3:2 aspect ratio on here. There is a slight issue with backlight bleed down here. As you can see, there's fade, and it goes all the way around the panel, though I have to say this is just a prototype. The device is a super high-end tablet garnered towards people who want as much power as they can in a portable form factor. It's even more powerful than a Surface Pro in this case, because this runs an Intel Core i7 4770Q. Still a Haswell CPU. They're probably switching to Broadwell a bit later, or directly to Skylake, but it's a CPU that runs at, I think, 2.6 gigahertz or 2.2 gigahertz base frequency, but clocks up to 3.4 gigahertz on this quad-core chip, as far as I know. There's up to 16 gigabytes of RAM in this device. Let's just quickly go to the system menu right here, and I'll show you that right here. We have 16 gigabytes in there, quite a lot, and it also features up to 1 terabyte of storage. In this case, there is a 256 gigabyte SSD integrated into this device on the show floor right here. It's running Windows 10 right now. There's still some driver problems. For example, the rotation doesn't work, and the graphics drivers basically go broken in this case. Other than that, the performance seems very nice. It's super snappy in this case. Digitizer, I already mentioned that. You can get a pen with it, but the pen sadly isn't here, so I can't show you that. The whole thing has to be cooled very aggressively. As you can see, there is huge fan vents all the way around the device. So there's fans up here. There is, these are probably also used as fans, which are the speakers at the bottom right here. And let me just try and open the stand, which is in the back right here. There's another few vents. So yeah, they're probably gonna have to put some more work into cooling, because this thing has to be cooled very aggressively, as the CPU is probably putting out 35 or 45 watts of heat. Let's just take a quick tour around. As you can see, it is pretty thick. It's easily, well, I guess would be around 13, 14, 15 millimeters. We have the power button up here on the right, including a multicolor LED. This is the volume rocker, which feels very nice. It's definitely high-end quality work from Sony or from the Japanese engineers at Vaio nowadays. This is the dock for the stylus. Down here we have a small connector for charging the keyboard, the wireless keyboard that comes with it. I'll show you that in a second. Down here we have the speaker outlets. There's one on the other side too. And let's go over and take a look at the power plug right here. We have an Ethernet port, nice thing to have on this Pro tablet. Full-size HDMI out plus a display port, and you get an SD card reader, a full-size, not a micro SD card reader, but a standard-sized, full-size SD card reader, 2 USB 3.0 ports, so nice connectivity, and a 3.5 millimeter headset jack. What I found interesting is that on both sides of the tablet you have these buttons up here on the top, except they don't do anything on Windows 10 yet. So my guess would be they're used for as a replacement, for example, for the mouse buttons. We have an 8 megapixel camera up here on the back, another bunch of fan vents over here, and the stand is pretty interesting because it folds down very easily, or very hard actually. It folds out super easily. As you can see, it's like a car door basically. Get it to open at least, then it just snaps out. But closing it is very hard. You gotta work very hard to get it to close. The whole thing is made out of aluminum, and it feels like a tank. It's super heavy. Not super heavy, it's 1.2 kilograms actually for a 12.1 inch device. With all the technology that's in here, it's pretty light compared to that. But if you put on the keyboard, which is super light and super slim, as you can see, it's like a 3 millimeters thick keyboard, but it offers all the features that you need from a keyboard, including a trackpad. The keyboard doesn't really move. I mean, it's snapped on here with magnets, so you have to put some power into it to actually get it to slip off, but it snaps back into place as soon as you let loose, and it's super light. It basically weighs nothing at all. That's probably the reason why they have put in this charging thing back here, because there's probably not a big battery in this. Let's take a quick look at the keyboard. We have huge shift keys on both sides. It doesn't flex at all because it's so thin. If you lay it down on the table, it's gonna be in contact with the surface fully. So there's basically no room to flex. There's probably just the batteries are probably down here because they need all the space up here for the lift of the keys, which is actually more than I expected. And it feels very nice. It's maybe a bit cheap compared to the tablet, but that's probably just because of the super thinness. The whole thing is also made out of aluminum. Up here you have the ability to turn it off and on, and you can also turn off the trackpad. That is again the connector that is for charging it with this small port down here. Right next to that is a notification LED to let you know that the battery is running out. So this has just been a very quick look at the Sony Vaio Z, or not anymore Sony, sorry, I keep saying that. The Vaio Z Canvas tablet here at Computex 2015, and I was rolling with Mobile Geeks, checking out this pretty interesting and kind of crazy device here at the show in Taipei. And if you like what we do on our channel, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and we will see you later.
This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.